Jamie Lynn Kloss was born in 2005 as the only child of James and Denise Kloss in Barron, Wisconsin. Sometime in October of 2018, a man who once worked at a cheese factory, south of Almena, was on his way to work one morning. On the road he stopped behind a school bus on Highway 7, while he waited for the bus to move. He saw Jamie, then 13-year-old, get on the bus. That man knew nothing about the girl, did not know how many people lived with her in the house, but still he just had one evil desire, that he must take her for himself. What's scarier is he had no form of contact with Jamie or her family. Just by chance he stumbles across Jamie and decides to just abduct her. Following that he went to the house where Jamie lived, but the activity in the house deterred him as he was afraid of leaving any witnesses. He made a second attempt 2 days later but aborted again due to the same reason. His third attempt on October 15th, he had a solution to his problem. To just silence the witnesses, he visited the house armed with a shotgun, wearing a black coat and a ski mask. When he approached the door, James, then 56 years of age, peeked through a glass pane and asked him to show some sort of identification or badge, to which the man just shouted to open the door. Obviously scared, he instructed his wife to take Jamie in bathroom and lock themselves in. Upon locking themselves in, Jamie heard a gunshot, knowing her father was killed. But it was not the time to grieve, as the unknown man has already made his way inside the house and was searching every room in order to leave no witnesses behind. The man eventually came to the bathroom door, but before he can enter, Denise called 911. Just when the 911 line connected, the man shot down the door. Denise did not speak on the phone and the operator just heard disturbance and some yelling before line got disconnected. When dispatcher called back, it went to voicemail. Meanwhile, the man was asking Denise to bound her daughter with duct tape, but when she was hesitating, the man bound Jamie's wrists and ankles himself. After which he aimed at Denise's head and pulled the trigger in cold blood. Poor Jamie had to witness her own mother's murder before she herself was kidnapped, going to be held captive and abused for months. Neighbors heard the 2 gunshots but did not think much of it, as hunting was common in the area. When the dispatched deputies eventually arrived, they find James and Denise Kloss dead in their home and their 13-year-old daughter missing from the scene. Very quickly they determined that the teenager was not a suspect but actually kidnapped, and authorities issued an Amber Alert. The search for missing teen commenced. The kidnapper meticulously planned the entire ordeal. He researched and found that the Mossberg brand shotguns are most heavily manufactured or owned shotguns, hence it will be difficult to trace one back. He also felt that 12-gauge slug would inflict most damage and will be best for one-shot kill. As already mentioned previously, he was too cautious leaving any witnesses behind, same way he did not want to leave any evidence. He shaved his head and showered before visiting Jamie's house. After everything was said and done, he dragged the girl across the yard and put her in trunk of his car, then drove off. He passed several police cars with their emergency sirens along the way. When the man reached his cabin, which was in Gordon, he took Jamie into his bedroom, cut her tape and make her undress herself. He put all her clothes in a bag and gave his sister's pajamas for Jamie to wear. He later burnt everything, the clothes, tape, his gloves and everything which he used for kidnapping. Jamie was forced by the man to go under his twin-sized bed. He would place plastic totes and free weights to know if Jamie had made any attempts to escape whenever he left his house. If he ever found any signs that Jamie made an attempt to come out from under the bed, he would strike the wall to the point where he knew she was scared and threaten her that bad things would happen if she does come out. The man's father often visited him. Whenever he did, he made sure to blast the radio at full volume in his bedroom as to cover any noise Jamie might make. He would also leave Jamie under the bed for up to 12 hours a day without food or water. He also hit her back very hard once in rage with a tool used to clean windows. This continued for 3 months, but police in Wisconsin kept hope alive for her safe return. Social media outlets including Facebook circulated messages regarding Jamie to get her story to a national audience, urging others to stay vigilant for any clues and to report them to Barron County Sheriff Fitzgerald. The man kept up with the news reports about the search for missing girl. He thought he successfully got away with murder when he was not caught in the first 2 weeks of murder. On the 88th day of the kidnapping, the man told Jamie that he'd be gone for 5 or 6 hours, leaving the girl alone in the cabin. He firmly believed that Jamie was too afraid to make any moves and as such did not put any locks on any door. The girl knew that it was her only chance to escape. She crawled out of under the bed, threw on some shoes and coat she could find at the cabin and ran away. That day, a woman named Jean Nutter was in the area where cabin was located and was nearby walking her dog when she saw a young girl approaching her. As the girl approached her, she told her name to the woman first thing. Jean immediately recognized the teen from the news reports and assured her that she is safe now, she will be fine with her. Without wasting any time, Jean took the girl and rushed to nearby neighbor's house. She frantically started knocking at the door of a couple named Kristen and Peter Kacinskas. When they opened the door, Jean screamed that the girl with her is Jamie Kloss and that to call 911 immediately.
I have a young lady at my house right now, and she just says her name is Jamie Kloss. So we're kind of scared because he might come.
Yep.
So if the cops could get here soon, we would like.
I have many deputies headed that way.
The police arrived sometime in noon and took the girl away to safety. Once Jamie was in safe custody of authorities, she provided full description of the culprit and his car, which ultimately led police to find and identify him. Within an hour, authorities arrested Jake Thomas Patterson, age 21, while he was out searching for Jamie. He was charged with 1 count of kidnapping, 1 count of armed burglary and 2 counts of first-degree homicide. Patterson admitted to all his charges. Patterson was born on June 17, 1997, with his parents getting divorced in 2007. He graduated from Northwood High School and enlisted in U.S. Marine Corps, but was discharged after 1 month at San Diego. After his arrest, his grandfather was heartbroken. On May 24, he was finally sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. After the story of Jamie's heroic escape spread, other kidnapping survivors came forward to offer their support. This included encouraging statements from Elizabeth Smart. Jamie now lives with her Aunt Jennifer Smith and her family, including her dog, who was not at their home when Patterson broke in. Jamie also received $25,000 reward for her bravery and strength. After a year of her abduction, Jamie says that she is very happy now and only growing stronger with every passing day.